Some time ago, at some point last year, an old friend of mine asked me a question, and I think I finally have an answer to it. My friend asked me, why do I feel the need to make these videos? These specifically. I've felt the need to record my thoughts on current events for some time now, because out of everything I hear, I don't feel like I hear what I think about it. And it's not that I think a lot of people should hear what I think about it. I'm humble enough to know that I'm mostly, with these videos, just pissing in the wind, screaming in the void. But no, I don't think a lot of people need to hear what I have to say. I just think that it would be good to have this recorded in some fashion in case at some point someone would like to know what I thought. Today is the 8th of January, 2026, and I am no longer proud of my country. I was raised to be proud of my country, and I don't think it was in a weird culty way. I was shown the great parts of my country. I was gifted with a great education. I had a pretty fantastic childhood. I've now been an adult as long as I was legally a child, and my experience as an American adult has soured over these last years. To give a bit of perspective, I turned 18 in 2007, so I became an adult at the first big bank crash of our time. So in retrospect, in the research I've been doing lately, it's all been pretty kinda downhill. But there have been plenty of great times. I am, after all, lucky enough to be an American. As an American adult, I know that the most important thing for an American adult is to make money. And in my time, I've had a fair number of pretty different jobs. I've worked in a factory, I've worked in a print shop, I was a landscaper, I was a pool boy, bartender, barback, busboy, all sorts of things. But still, to this day, in spite of everything that has happened, the job that I had the most fun with and learned the most and am still the most proud of was I was a CTR for the U.S. Navy. And if you do not know what that job is, Google it, and that's what that job is. I say I'm not proud of my country anymore, and it's not that I've lost faith in my country. The United States of America has never been perfect, but it is a worthy experiment, worthy of remembrance and of continuity. If someone were to ask me what is wrong with my country, I would say the problem can likely be traced back to robber barons, so late 1800s. But that's just where I believe the problem could be traced to, in terms of money having a much more overwhelming influence in American politics, private money specifically. But why am I no longer proud of my country? The easiest summary would be MAGA. I finished my Navy service in 2017, and I returned to South Carolina, where I was from. And when I returned to South Carolina, I was introduced to MAGA for myself for the first time. I had been very much busy with the Navy. I did not really get much news from, honestly, continental United States. My introduction to MAGA shocked me. Primarily because as part of my specific training in the Navy, I was taught to recognize and understand propaganda. And where I'm from in South Carolina was and is inundated, covered, drenched in propaganda. And it's void of factual backing. It's consistently debunked but continually repeated. My introduction to MAGA shocked me. My service in the Navy was fine. My reintroduction to civilian life in MAGA USA, truly a horrifying experience to witness my country walk, stroll, sprint down this path. I was proud to be from the land of the free and the home of the brave. This is not that. This is a land of incarceration and violence. No, I cannot be proud of my country anymore. And for the first time, truly for the first time, in spite of the life I've lived, which has been nuts, this past year watching where my nation has gone, I am truly afraid for my future. Because of who I am. The notion that I would stand by and do as little as record on my phone if masked men jumped out of an unmarked vehicle and started accosting civilians. What nation am I living in right now? And the scariest part for me personally is I live in MAGA USA. It's either that the majority of people around me are living in denial, like bonkers goddamn drug-fueled denial, or they're genuinely proud to be the bad guys. So I'm going to start making these recordings. I'm going to start with this one. I was proud of my country because not of any one thing specifically, but because if you read the Constitution and understand it as I did, you might conclude that this nation was not founded perfect, but it was founded by people who understood that progress and growth are the only way a nation can survive. It was designed so that the people living in it could tell the people running it what to do, not the other way around. I'm going to make these recordings because I need something to do to get this off my chest, and because I'm worried that should I go in a strange place or by a strange way, I wouldn't like anyone to put words in my mouth. I'd like a record, just in case. I believe this nation can change. I believe there are more of us than them. I do not know how even to help this change, so I'll just start here, and start with myself and my house, to be continued.